Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jean-Guy here, and I would like to give you this. This is part 2 of how to build a bulletproof immune system. In part 1, if you haven't watched it, you need to go back and watch it. We talked about basic supplementation for your immune system, but really it's truly a basic supplementation for you to be healthy. So everybody is like, want to have something special for their immune system. And guess what? I have been repeating this now for 20 plus years. We need to go back to the basic, because the way that your immune system works is anything that has to do with lifestyle will improve how your immune system functions. So today, there's one thing that I would like to talk to you about is, I want to talk to you about the topic of exercise and how it's affecting your immune system. Now, you might or might not know that, or maybe some of you have your suspicion about how exercise can have an effect on your immune system. But if you go back in the medical literature and you start reading a little bit, right, you will discover that without exercising on a regular basis, meaning at least 5 days a week, your immune system is never going to be able to function at its peak potential. And the reason for that is pretty simple. I want you to think of this here for a minute. When you start moving, you're improving how your cardiovascular system is delivering oxygen in nutrient places. Well, if you don't have nutrient, your body's not going to function properly. Now, the other thing that happens is when you move in your joints, right, you have this thing called proprioception. This is the way that you know where you are in time and space. And you also have those other receptors. They're called the nociceptors, right? And when those joints are not moving properly, what will happen is there's a part of your nervous system that's going to be overly driven. It's called your sympathetic nervous system, right? And what we know of your sympathetic nervous system, I don't want to make this complex, but when you start moving, you will inhibit, right, your sympathetic nervous system, and it will balance it out between your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. So if you're balancing out your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic, if you're balancing those out, what we know is when that happens is your immune system starts functioning to a higher level. So what I want you to know today is exercise is vital. And when should you do that? You should do that, number one, for the rest of your life. How frequent should you be doing something? Hey, the ideal would be for you to move every day. But you need to at least be out there and do something for, like, hey, you know what? You start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Just go for a walk. And then you can take it from there. And I always tell people, I'm like, hey, what do you like to do? The reason why this is important is if you don't do something that you enjoy, you're not going to do it for a long period of time. So my word today for you is you need to start somewhere, whatever that look like, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something that is sustainable. And then you need to ask the question, what do I like to do? And then last but not least, before I leave you today on this note, is I want you to think of a person that can support you on this journey. Who is the person that you can call that can make you accountable for you moving every day? Or even better, they can do it with you. So hopefully this was helpful today to understand that motion is life, and it's truly life. Not only it's life, but it's affecting how your immune system function. And you should do this for the rest of your life. And if you want to have an immune system that is working at peak performance, you have to move. And last but not least, right, find yourself a good accountability partner, right? This is when you have the winning combination. So hopefully you learned something today. And if you did not learn something, hopefully we'll reinforce this idea that you need to move and why is it important for you to move. So hopefully this was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.